One of my neighbors down the street looking at me thinking, what is that lady doing? She's talking to herself. Okay, I'm going to flip this around and we're going to get started. Okay, I don't know what's going on. My phone is being wonky. So we're going to try this again. I got these, I don't know if I showed these to you or not, Miss Lillian No Wax Chalk Paint, and she actually is from Clarksville, the person that created this, and I used this years and years ago. I could not find this here. I know Tiffany's supposed to be putting this in her booth, but I don't know when, and so I just ordered it online and got a bunch of it. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 jars of it up there, and when I start using it, then I'll share you how to get it and stuff then. Okay, this is new paint I've never heard of. I don't know if it's any good. It's called All-in-One Acrylic Paint. That's the name of it, y'all. All-in-One Acrylic Paint. And I didn't get a whole lot. I got smaller bottles because I've never used it. But that is a really pretty paint. I got black. I got dark brown. I got light brown. I got cream. And then I got blue. I know, I just got the basic colors in that, but I wanted to try it out. Okay, this I'm excited about getting. I've wanted this. And this is Paint Couture's Crackle Medium. Step 1 and Step 2. And that's where you'll see people use transfers and decoupage. And then they put the crackle on there, and there's no paint. They just highlight it with a dark wax to get the crackle texture. Well, I can do that with this. I have other crackle medium, but you can't do it that way. You have to do paint, then you put it, you put the crackle down, then you have to put paint down. This you do not have to. You put one down first, let it dry, and then you can put this one down, let it dry, and then put the wax over it, or paint, or whatever else you want to do. Now, these are the molds I got. And these are not cheap molds. I'm going to tell you straight up. But I know the quality of them, so I didn't have any problem getting these at all. And these are the Baroque onlays. I want you to see how, I mean, these are so detailed. I mean, just so detailed. This is the Steampunk Pocket Watch. I plan on using, I think, on the Flamingo. Okay, these I want to keep. This is another one of the, this is called the Rococo Elegance, which is, Rococo is a time period of style. And this would be really pretty in gold. Do it all in black and then do gold over the top of it. It would be really pretty. And this is called the Baroque Baroque, am I saying that right? Baroque ornaments. And this is another. I probably should keep this. I'm going to keep these because I'm going to be doing a lot of decoupaging and stuff. So I am going to find something to put those in instead of throwing them away now. Okay. And then this is a picture frame, I believe. Yes, it is. But look how detailed that is. And that is the perfect thing for like a little watercolor. Or you could do anything. Just you could even do that and then just put a transfer in the center. Okay, this I thought was cool. Now, I don't know if I can pour or if I have to use this with clay. I think this is just a, I don't think it's deep enough to pour. What do they call that? It's a textured sheet, yeah. This is going to be for clay. I bet you could put paint down and put it down. I wonder if you could stamp. I wonder if you could roll ink on it and stamp it. Oh, we're going to try that. We're going to see what you can do with the texture mat. Okay. And then this is a little weird. But I think it's steampunky, and I thought, well, I could do this all 3 pieces together on a wooden sign and see. This is called the Steampunk Eyes. Okay, and then, oh, this is the Raven one. And I do like the size of these. Yeah, look at the Raven one. Do that in all black. Oh. I got a bunch of decoupage napkins and decoupage rice paper. I got a bunch of stuff coming in, y'all. Okay. And then this is the last one, but you see how large? Oh no, did that get damaged? Look, that's from the package. I'll have to check the mold out to make sure that the mold did not. And this is the borders. This is the Baroque borders. Let me see. No, I think it's okay. But boy, it left a gouge in the thing. But that is the borders. And yes, indeedy, we are going to be pouring these. There's no way I'm going to have. I may do this in clay though. Let's just try a little bit of the clay. And you've not seen the one that I did with clay, or I'd show you the other stuff, but I just want to see what this looks like. Now you could also put polymer clay in here, and you could bake it actually in the mold. Now I don't think my oven is my oven is big enough to hold this full mold, because this mold is long. And I'm not going to do all of them. I'm going to just do pieces just to see what each one looks like. And this basically is just showing you that, and I want to see too. Now normally the Zuri molds that I have gotten have been like specific, like owls or birds or And I only got a couple of them because, well, they're expensive. But I mean, I'm spending as much on the IOD and stuff too. And Zuri molds are just really good molds. Okay. And I may not keep this. I may just do it. I gotta clean this sprayer off. So you can see it and then use it in the next. Which I could use the Hardy Soft for that. But this just comes out of the mold so good. Okay. So I'm going to use the brayer. And I'm just getting the pieces off of there so it's fairly clean. Okay, and let me just go ahead and pop these out so you can see the detail. You see how finely detailed that is? I mean, that's really detailed. And we'll get the next one out, and you can see how easy it comes out of the mold. But that is why I love the Zuri molds. I mean, it is, that is just, it's unreal. Okay. We're going to go on to let's do the steampunk. I want to see what it's going to look like. And these are not real thick, which I like. They're thinner than the redesign and the IOD mold, y'all. And I like this because you normally use them along with other mediums, and it allows the clay to dry quicker, and you can use polymer clay, and then of course that is definitely permanent. I have a lot of things, a lot of owls that I made, and normally I couldn't keep those in my craft shows. I have learned that having a booth, they want other things besides what you normally would make in craft for craft fairs. Well, this booth does anyway. Now it's funny because my earrings and my wooden bookmarks sell good at the other booth. So I don't know. Okay, let me use the brayer. I need a bigger brayer. The big one that I thought I was getting is off Amazon it's not good. Okay. Yeah, I want that to stay. Okay, here we go. I'll just flip this over and put that on there so you can see it a lot better. But you see the design and the detail? That is just, yeah, that is so cool. Okay. Now we're going to go with, these are all small, which is good to have a mold like this for your smaller pieces. Little small, like small picture frames, or small little bottles, or signs that you want to do, or there's just, I like the fact that you've got the tiny ones right along with the larger ones. And then of course this clay is so soft and so easy to use. And this is the redesign with Prima clay, and their website did have this the last time I was on it, because I ordered some from there. You can get it off of Etsy. I want to see what all these small ones are. We got a little bitty one right there. Okay. And then I'm probably going to have to get more out for this one. We'll see. But I don't think this one's going to be enough for this long one. Can you hear the birds, y'all? Okay. Well, it might be enough. Okay, let's see if I've got it all. Okay, let's do this to get it in there really good. And then I'll go back over it to get any excess off. Okay, and we'll go with this one, and I'll set them up here. It's a little bitty corner piece. Oh, wow. Look at those little tiny pieces. Those are little corner pieces where you'd put them on the corner like that. And then you have those pieces, which, and that's tiny, tiny. Oh goodness, I don't know about that. That is just teeny. That's the other corner piece. That goes right there. Look at how detailed those are. See how good that comes out? Okay, this one I'm not sure how good it's going to come out. Pop in the edges, and you can fold this mold over. You see how I'm folding it? Look at that. That is so detailed, y'all. You could wrap that around a bottle. Oh, you could do so many things. And we are going to do bottle art. I've got some bottles here. Do we have... Okay. Let's just get this one done. Okay, I hate to just destroy these, but I don't want this to totally dry out. Oh. And it will eventually get too dry for me to do this. I wouldn't be doing this if I wasn't doing a video. I wouldn't just be using this to go over. Of course, I'd be keeping whatever, but I'm not sure what pieces I want first, so I'm going to Boy, it's getting loud out there. I may have to shut the garage door. Okay, let me see if I can't get this put back in there so where I'm not wasting all of it. And then I'm going to, well, let's just see what that one looks like. It just popped right out of there. Oh, wow. This is going to be, that's going to look cool. Okay. And there you have it. You could connect the two and do it that way too. The eye is the mirror of the soul is what that says. Oh, that's actually really cool. And that's sort of not right. But yeah, okay. Those are really cool. Okay, what's the next one that I want to do? I really want to show you the... Let's see what these are going to look like. Because it's starting to get dry. When it starts getting dried out, it doesn't go in as smoothly. Okay, we'll show you these. That can be used that way. That can be used that. Oh, that's a little cherub. Do you see that? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Just push all this down here. I think there's enough in here. Well, maybe not. Okay. And I'm not trying to smooth it out or anything. I'm just trying to show you the design. And I would really make it level and take more time if I was going to keep it and use it. Okay, let's get it out of there. I want you to see how easy. Oh, wow. Yeah, that needs to be cleaned off, but these molds in this clay, oh yes, yes. Okay, I'm afraid I'm going to have to stop soon because it's starting to get really stiff. And this clay is not normally stiff, it's normally very, almost creamy. That back in there. Okay. Just try to get it so where you can see the detail around the edges. So I'm making sure that I got those good. Okay, let's see if I can get this out of here without it breaking. I don't want to jinx myself, but so far not one of these have broke. Look at that. I don't know if that belongs there or not. No, it doesn't. But it looks like it does, doesn't it? Because of I think it does. Okay. Okay. Well, let's try some of this. Let's see if we can get all these done with using this amount of clay. I will be happy. And I could have used the Hardy Soft, but it does need to be cornstarched, and I don't want to cornstarch these molds if I don't have to. Trying to get it level. Because some of these do have like little holes that need to pop out. So let me try to get most of that right. Because there's a lot of detail in these molds, and I got enough of it, I think, where I can show you why the holes matter. See, there you go. Oh, that is just incredible. Okay, let's do this big round piece. Yeah, this is getting dried out. We can get this one and maybe one more before it's just not going to work anymore. Sure that I've got all the holes uncovered that needs to be uncovered, and there's a bunch of them. It looks like there should be one right there, but I don't see it. So okay. I don't know. Oh wow. Let me see if I can get that. And that did crack a little bit because the clay is getting dried out, but that is amazing. Okay, let me see if I'm looking for my, yep. I'm going to see if that won't help. This is a little bit of lotion. Just putting a little bit, just to see if I can get a little bit more moisture back in. It wasn't, you saw how much I put in my hand, and I'm just trying to get it, and that does help. Okay. Okay, so let's do, it won't help for very long, but I think it will help long enough for me to finish this. Okay. And let me just do that. Okay. These are not going to be as clean, but it still gives you an idea. Those are stunning. Did I get them all? No, I did not do these down here. So let's see what these look like. Okay, once again, the edges are going to have to be cleaned off, but it gives you an idea. Oh, these are gorgeous. Are they better than the IOD? Are they more detailed? Yes, they are. I just want to put that out there. They most definitely are. The IOD's got different styles though. They're not the same style, so there's that. But I knew the quality of Zuri molds. And I did not hesitate to buy them. That is incredible. Okay, let me see if I can still, it's starting to get really, really dry. Oh, did we get all the, oh, we did. Okay, let's just do this then. Let's just push it down so you can sort of see, and I am going to use the brayer to get it thinner. But this could be used in so many different, you could put it on a glass vase. You could cover a glass vase with this. You could put it on making cards. You could do it in resin. You could do it by the mixed mold or the, oh my word. Look at that. Do you see that? Oh, do you see that? That is so organic. I think I'm going to keep this piece. I think I am going to keep this piece. I love the way that it is. So I didn't waste any of the clay. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to lay it down somewhere. I'm going to just lay it right there and let it dry. Let me get a flat surface so it will dry on a flat surface. Okay. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Well, I made a mess, didn't I? Okay. It's all the little bits and pieces of clay. Okay. You're going to want to be able to see what this looks like, and it's hard to tell in the mold, so we'll just go ahead and get, I don't think I have enough to do, see if I don't think I have enough to do the Raven, but we can do parts of it, right? Where you can see what the detail is. Now, if this will come out of the mold, because boy, this is thin. I don't think that's going to come up because that is so thin. It's going to break right there. Because, I mean, it's just super, super, oh my word, I'm amazed. Can you see the detail in that? And that is why I buy Zuri molds, and I'm going to be buying them from now on. There are so many. They have lions and tigers and bears. Oh my! No. Have y'all seen the movie Wicked? Well, Wicked 2, if you watched the first one. I grew up watching The Wizard of Oz. I loved The Wizard of Oz, okay? I did not like the Wicked Witch of the East or the Wicked Witch of the West. And Glinda the Good Witch was just, that's what she was. She was the Good Witch. But they've taken Wicked and they've turned it into the Wizard. Which, you know, it very well could have been that way. You know, back in the 40s, they did not see it that way. But, and I have to say, I liked the last one. I liked Wicked 2 for Good better than I liked the first one. And I'm not a big musical person. I used to love musicals when I was younger. But just not so much anymore. Okay, I couldn't do the whole thing, but I got enough done, I think. Unless it's gotten too, yeah, it's still where you can see what that's going to look like. Look at the detail. That's just amazing. That is just amazing. I am going to put that back up, and hopefully it will stay good. Now, before I go any further, I am going to tell you, I'm going to clean my molds. If you don't want to watch this, fast forward. But especially when you pay $27 to $28 for a mold, you want to make sure that they're clean. This is a soft bristle brush. I think I got it at Michael's, and I think I paid like $8 for it. You're gonna pay, you buy brushes off of Temu, you're gonna get Temu quality brushes, and they're not good quality brushes. Let me just put that out there. And if you've never had a good quality brush, then you don't have any way of knowing that it's not a good quality brush. But once you have one, you will know the difference right away. Okay, I'm trying to get all the little pieces off, so when I put it back down, they're not just coming back up on it, and they're everywhere. Okay. See, I set it on top of that. You see what a baby wipe does? Don't use a baby wipe. You see what it does to this mold? Don't do that. This is a paper towel. See what it does? This is water. It still has the hair. You see that? And if you're using resin, that little hair gets in your way. It's on there. So, you can do two things. You can use a paper towel. Don't ever use a baby wipe. You can use a paper towel and then use either tape or a lint roller to get the back cleaned. And I'm looking at this really, really close, y'all. That's how dirty this thing is. And I could use tape, but it's going to be, these are so deep in detail, tape is going to be a little hard too. That's the reason why I brush it out to the side and then take the lint roller or the tape to get it off the edge. And that's good enough as far as cleaning for me. Yep, because all of that in the front fell on there. So I'm going to go ahead and get what's on the edges off of there. And then I'm going to take my brush, and I'm not going to do it over there. And no, I know you can't see it, but I did it just a minute ago, so you know what I'm doing. And then I go back over the edges. And then one more time. And that is good and clean as far as I'm concerned. Okay. Now with the texture mat, you might not have to, yeah, you are. Okay. Sorry to say, you might not have to okay, it's time to change it out. When you start getting dragging on your lint roller like that, it's time to change it out. Okay. Yeah, almost all of it came out. Yeah, it's getting down in there. So I need to clean it off. Okay. This was not a good Saturday at the booth either, y'all. Unless I sold a bunch right after I came down here. It was sad for a Saturday. I'm getting a little concerned because I was told that it always picks up after the 15th, and it did for 2 days. Last weekend it was decent, but I had 3 days this week where I didn't sell a thing. So I don't know. And I guess I'll always worry because $300, it's $307. No, it's $309 a month with electricity and everything. That's a lot of money. It is for me anyway. It might not be for everybody, but it most definitely is for me. Okay, I need to clean it. I got chunks of that on this paper, and if I don't clean it, then those chunks will just go back. And to me, this is just the easiest way. It's definitely easier than the tape method for me. And I'm over here with the brush. And you can do this too. Like if you have a piece down in there, you can bend it to brush it out, to get it out. You can also do that if you got a piece that's hanging on. Now you won't have to worry about it as much with resin. It would actually be easier to clean with resin because that clay has got little tiny spots. Okay, and I think that's pretty. Yep. Nope. Okay. Let me do this one more time on the back. Okay. Get a new sheet on here. These are from the Dollar Tree. You can get them cheaper than the Dollar Tree though if you buy them bulk on Amazon. You probably can on Walmart too. And sometimes Walmart is just a little bit cheaper because they're competitors. So check both of them out. Okay, and I got chunks on it, so I'm going to take and get a new sheet, or these chunks will just be all over this side again. This isn't too bad with, you might be able to get them all off slapping the mold. Okay. Good. Okay. What I should do is do all the backs and get the big chunks and then clean the that's what I'm going to do. Let's see if this is faster. Big chunks on here, so yeah, it's just coming off again. I thought maybe this would be quicker, but I don't think it's going to be. Yeah, let me go ahead and just get this done, because if I lay it on top of there, the back's going to just get dirty again. So and I'm doing this in real time, so you know. Cleaning your molds is part of it though. You got a better, faster way. But now I'm telling you, these Zuri molds are deeper than pretty much any mold you got. Okay, that's good. That's ready to go. get a clean sheet. Once you get chunks of it on there, you got to get a clean sheet. Okay, that's working. Okay. Now I am going to pour some of these for the flamingo, and I'm going to do it in the black resin. So I'm going to set that over there. Oh, I got one of the... I look like I'm doing Twister. One of the sheets got down there. Okay. Clean enough. Are they going to be perfect? No. Once you use them once. Nope. Got too much chunk. When they start coming back off, you know that's when you need to change your paper. I know I've said that probably 10 times, haven't I? Although if you had one that stayed on the roll, these are horrible. They won't stay on the... Seriously. Okay. Oh yeah, there's chunks all over. I couldn't see it at first. There it goes. You can tell the difference. Time to get a new okay. Brush this out. And I'm doing it over my trash can. I know you can't see it, but you know what I'm doing. I'm just taking the brush and brushing that stuff out. Sometimes they really get stuck, and you want them out of there, because even if you have a little piece like that and you go to do it again, that's going to affect. It'll give you an air bubble, or it'll have a hole, or it most definitely will show up. And does this take a little while? Yes, it does. but your molds and your craft supplies are investments. You take care of your home, don't you? You should take care of your craft supplies. Okay. Got them all cleaned up. Woohoo! Didn't use any water. Didn't use a rag. Unless you have a micro lint-free, which you could use, but even then, I don't. This is the way that I do it. Okay. And I don't use those little vacuum cleaner things either. I've got them. I've had it for years. I don't like the way they work. They look like they work real well on camera, but camera doesn't pick up everything, y'all. You need to know that. What you see on YouTube, camera doesn't pick up everything. And I think the majority of you know that, but I'm just saying, in case there are a few of you out there that don't. Okay. Whew. So, what should we do now? Okay. We're going to do this. You're not going to be able to see everything I do here. I just want to let you know that right up front, you're not going to be able to see everything I do. The piece is way too big. I don't have the capability of doing that. If that bothers you, turn the video off now. Come on. There it goes. Okay. I need the water pen to work because I need to get an edge. I did not glue the edge totally down. Well, I wasn't supposed to anyway. If it's glued totally down in spots, then I'll deal with it. But yeah, that is not. I purposely left the edges alone because I wanted to be able to do Did I tell you I got a bunch of decoupage paper, rice paper coming from the UK. But I ordered enough, I didn't have to pay shipping on it. Okay, I got that edge. So I'm going to flip it over here. You're probably not going to be able to see this. A lot of the gesso is going to show up over on this side. That's okay. on there pretty good. Okay. Okay, it is what it is. Okay. So we got the edges. Get a paper towel. We're going to dry them off. Now, how did that get on there? Oh, that's bleed through. That is bleed through from the metal. Okay. Okay, well, we've got this new all-in-one. Let's just see. It's all-in-one. Black. Dark brown. Let's just play with those right now. And we may be using a lot of different stuff. Woo! I didn't expect it to come out that quickly. I'm going to be using a sponge. We're going to see how this paint works. And right now, all I'm going to do is go through and sponge the black. And I am going up to inside. I will be putting color on top of that. Not as much there, because I want that rose to show. All-in-one's supposed to have sealer and everything in it, so we will see. This is so big, y'all. Just so big. Okay, this is the dark brown. So we're gonna use another sponge. And we're gonna go in and we're gonna just sort of blend that in so it's not so totally got a light right there in my eye, so it's a little hard for me to see exactly. But this is pretty good, actually. This paint is working out fairly well. The key to this, what you're trying to achieve when you're doing this, is blending it so where you can't really tell where the edge of the paper is, and that is gonna drive me bonkers right there. I'm pulling it off. Actually is blending in really, really well. Okay. Now I need to get some spots covered up. Where the paper ripped and the white part is showing. Okay. And I am adding black to the bottom. Okay, and then we're going to add some brown. are going to add a little bit of if I can find it. This is some pink. Oh, it's not mixed up. Okay. To get some of the color. Woo. Back on there, and then I'm going to go back in with the brown. I need the brown. I'm going to mix a little bit. I need something to mix with. I'm just going to use this. Okay. Oh, let's see what we got here. I think that's too much, but woo, I'm close. Okay. See what we've got up here. Dry brushing. I'm trying to dry brush some of this. get to this in just a minute. And some black too, so I'm just trying to get some color down here. And I'm going to add just a little bit more to make this a little bit darker. Nope, nope, that's the wrong one. It was crimson that I used. Now let's see what this. Okay, I need a little bit of water. Not much. I don't know if you can see this. I'm using the wet bake lid. Yeah, and that paint was chunky and almost dried out, so I'd like it a little bit darker actually, so let's try some more crimson. And let's see. That is darker, so let's just see how this works. I want a liner brush though. I want a smaller brush. I do not want. I don't want that one right now. Is there water in that? Yep, there's water in that. I don't want that then. Oh, this might work. Okay, this is not. What is wrong with this brush? There it goes. Okay. I thought, why is this brush? I mean, it was stiff. It was not moving with the paint. It still is not. Maybe the paint is too thick for what I want to do. this is not lining. I can get some different colors in here, so I'm going to do that real quick. Okay. Yeah, I'm putting some black in with the pink. Okay. Now I want my liner brush. No, that one's not working either. Oh my. Come on, flex. Okay. I don't think this is still working though. But let's see if I can get, okay, I can get a better line. Still can't get it's fixing to be dark outside. I guess I need to close that bay door. Okay. There's more brown. Mm-hmm. Where is the brown? Okay. I see something right here that needs to be taken care of. Okay, I'm going to pull this wipey out. And use it to clean my brush with. And grab just a little bit of black, because I'm seeing some touch-ups right here too. That needs to be taken care of. So you can't even see this bottom part, can you? Okay, I'm going to flip it around. I'm going to show you what I've been doing. And I can't tell what it looks like on the camera that way. But moving it around helps. You see spots. The white's going to go in there with a little bit lighter pink, so that will form a softer Yeah, I'm going to try to do it this way, but I'm telling you, this is hard. See if I can do it this way. Still think it's going to be too hard, but it might be a little bit easier. I don't know. Let's go ahead and cover that up and get that white off of here. Okay, let me just take this over here so I'm not putting it across the This is going to be a long video. I wasn't planning on doing this, y'all. I wasn't going to do it because you can't see most of it. Birds have gotten quiet. It was 85 degrees today. 85. The 20th of March. Is it the 20th? Something like that. Okay, and when it's still wet, I'm going to take the brown paint. And I am going to blend that in because it works really well with this paper. And I don't think you can see any of this, and I'm just daubing the brown paint onto where I put the black paint and then bringing it out a little bit. That's where I just trying to blend it in the best I can. Take a little bit of this, and I am going to put this over here because there's some pink over here, and I don't know what that is, but we're going to sort of blend it out a little bit. Get more of the brown. Okay. I am sort of just dulling this out a little bit with the brown paint. Okay, I think that needs to dry. Let me turn this around. Can you? Okay, let me see if I can't do this. I'm going to take a picture of it and then show it to you. I don't know how else to do it, y'all. What you think of it. Let me crop it. As much as I can anyway. I'm not going to be able to crop it all because I'll be... Well, there's a shadow over it. Poo poo hiss. Okay, done. Can you see? Okay, that's the edge so far. I'm not done with it yet. That looks purplish, doesn't it? Yeah, And see the white still coming. The white's still coming through. Right there. And I need to put more brown in there. But that was just the first. But what do you think about this down here? Does that down there look okay to y'all? This edge looks a lot better. See this edge? You can't hardly tell on this edge at all. That's the edge. It blends so good. This edge had more white, and so I'm going to have to add more white and more brown up here. But I'm getting there. And then once I do that, I think right on the hat where it's got that, I think instead of having that, I'm going to put the pocket watch piece in there. And I may put a few of, what do you call those things? They're not the gears, right? They're called something else. I may put a gear right there, or I may put some around this, but I'm still not through with it, y'all. This paint right here, I really like. I do really like this paint. That is, I've never heard of it at all. It's called All-in-One Paint. That's the name brand, All-in-One Paint. And that means, I'm going to throw these away. That means there's no priming, no sealing, no, it's, you know, you paint it and you're done. And that is really cool. I really wanted to pour the other, but this video is 2 hours and 5 minutes. So I think on the next video I'll try to get the camera angle. I won't be able to use the overhead. And see, this is what happens when I just bring you along to show you what came in the mail or something like that, and then I'm spontaneous. The camera angle is not right because it's just overhead, and there's not anything I can do about it. It's overhead. In order to get it from the side where you can see a little bit better when I'm doing something that big, I have to use an entirely different setup. And so when the next video, I'm going to know that I'm going to need that, so I'll do the setup differently, and it won't be overhead, it will be from the side, and you will be able to see things a lot better. And that's when we'll finish the flamingo up. And yeah, I'm just making sure this is all dried out, but I'm just making sure that it's not going to get, there's not very many wipies left, and I just used the first thing that was convenient, and it worked. If this had been a full pack, then I probably wouldn't have done it, but I think there's only like 1 or 2 left in here. And I don't know how well, oh, that paint comes off pretty good. I'm having to put a lot of pressure on there, but it does come off pretty good. So the cleanup is water. And the chalk, the paint I was mixing to get the pink, it was chalk paint. That's the base that I started with. Vintage Victoria folk art chalk paint, and then this is what I added to get it darker, and that is the Crimson Waverly chalk paint, and that's how I got the pink. And then of course you saw me add a little bit of the black And I always mix paints. I've never had an issue with that. Yeah, this bothers me. I have the brand new paints and I've already got them all. I do like the fact, see, slim, no grooves. I like that because that allows you to clean your lids off. The ones that have the grooves in it, the paint gets all in the grooves. I don't like that. See, I was able to. So, alrighty, I'm going to end the video, I think. And, again, this is just, you know, showing you what I got in the mail. And then, of course, I always try to show you what the molds look like. I'm trying not to use alcohol at all on my hands anymore, or to clean. I think that's what was destroying my nails. And then I go upstairs and I use good hot warm soapy water to get the rest of it off. Let me know what you thought about all the Zuri molds. And oh, I wanted to see if ink would work on. Should we try that? I said I was going to show you that. Yeah, I've got to figure out the best way to, because they're all different sizes. The best way of storing them. And I do store them flat. If I use ink, I can clean it off. Okay. We're going to try it. Yep. Okay. Oh, is that black? Yep. This is a brand new ink pad. I'm gonna make sure I take my brushes upstairs to clean them. Black. Redesigned with Prima black. Wow. Let me just do it this way. Let me put the paper on the stamp. Have you ever done that before? I would say that's a no. Unless maybe doing it that way. But it's moving, see? Oh, that way does better though. Okay, let me see if I've got another one. Oh, that's a clay. Yeah, I'm doing this to get the ink off, but because you can always, and it does. Oh, it's smearing though. I would say you could, but it's not going to be. It's not going to. You know, if you wanted a different texture or something, and you were going to put something else over it, maybe. Yeah, I'm just using this to get all the ink off. And it's still not working, but no, I don't think that's a I am taking, this is just a wet wipe. There was a lot of ink on there. Okay, I think I am going to spray alcohol on this one time, and I will never use ink on this again. Because I want to be sure to get all the ink off of this, and I don't think water's going to do it. Oh, I wish I had a rag down here, but I don't. Oh, I am out of wet wipes again. Oh, good gracious. Okay, I have these. That's your antibacterial wet wipes, which means there's alcohol in those two. Okay. Now, this is water. I'm spraying a bunch. I gotta get that stuff out of the grooves. Now, if I was upstairs, I could run this up underneath my sink. Okay. Okay, I gotta close my garage door. Wrong one. It's getting dark. Yeah, don't put an ink in. Don't do this. Don't do what I just did. At least I got the ink off of it. And these are silicone, so don't worry about applying heat to them. You can actually bake polymer clay in the oven with these. I have before. Okay, I got all the ink off of it, so it's good to go. But yeah, I would say no, that is not a one to use as a stamp. No. Alrighty, I'm going to end the video. I'm going to thank each and every one of you for watching. I hope you enjoyed bits and pieces of it. I know a lot of the flamingo you couldn't see. That's what happens when I'm in the garage and I spontaneously just bring you along. If these videos are something you don't like, let me know and I'll stop doing them. I can do this on my own without filming it. Some of you say that you love it when I do it, but then I've had other people leave sort of rude remarks, and you know, life's too short for that. So if it's gonna have rude remarks left, I just assume not to it. Alrighty, thank you again so much. Please, why do I do this? Please hit the thumbs up, like button for me, the hype button if you can. That is awesome. Leaving a comment and watching the video all the way through. That is the best ways of supporting any channel. I would love for you to subscribe if you haven't already. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. I do have a members only. That is $4.99 a month. I do appreciate each and every one of my members. I think I have 18 members, and they've been with me for several months since I started it. And hopefully next month in April we'll start the Discord thing again. I haven't forgotten about that, y'all. I really haven't. We've done it a couple of times and I loved it when we were doing it. And I think the first time that we ever did it was Donna, Dana, and Dee Dee and me. We were on there together, and it was just really cool to be able to just sit there and chat. And actually see y'all. You can see me all the time. I don't ever get to see you. Now I know what Donna, Dana, and Dee Dee look like. And it's really easy for me to, I have a face for the name now. And so when they leave a comment or I see them, you know, which is awesome. So if that is something that you would be interested in, you can hit the join button. And something new that I am doing, and I think I've talked to you about this before, is tagging. Tagging items. YouTube sent me a thing saying you can now tag items. And now YouTube went back and tagged their own thing for all the back videos. I don't know what they put on there. If I tag an item, you know it has something to do with the item that I am using in that video or have used in the last couple of videos. It's always going to be a craft item. It's never going to be cosmetic or anything like that. So if you see that, I don't have a clue what that is. But I do try, I am going to start trying to tag like the redesign with Prima clay, the ink pads. They're fixing to run a big sale on their website, and that there's good buys to be had. If I buy something from Walmart craft wise, I will tag that. The Tight Bond I got from Walmart, the big old bottles, I think I tried to tag that, or did tag that. The Zuri molds I'll tag, any kind of IOD or redesign with Prima molds I will tag. Stuff like that I don't mind tagging. That way you can just click the tag and you can go straight to it. I do always try to look for the lowest price when I tag, but sometimes they're not searchable. They don't pop up for the tagged items. I cannot tag anything on Amazon. YouTube won't let me. I don't think anybody can tag. You can have an Amazon storefront, but as far as tagging products in your actual videos, I don't think anybody can tag Amazon or Temu, actually, which I wouldn't tag Temu anyway. Alrighty, I think that's everything. I think I've covered the Facebook group. We'd love to have you over there too, and you go over there and just do a search for Southern Lady Artistic Creations, and it pops up, and there's 3 simple little questions. If you answer them, you're automatically approved. If you don't answer them, you're automatically declined. Computer does it all. I have nothing to do with that. I do go in the group, and I do chat, and I do respond to people's posts, and sometimes I'm better at it than others. But if you have a question, a lot of people are really good about answering the question. So we'd love to have you over there too. And with that, I'm going to be quiet and say thank you again. And excuse me. And this is Saturday. And you probably won't see this until Monday, because I have a video that hopefully I'll be able to put out tomorrow. And you may not see this till Tuesday. I'm not sure. But whenever you see it, be sure to like it, hype it, leave a comment, and watch it all the way through. Even if you don't want to, just let it run. It hurts when you only watch like 5 minutes of it and then turn it off. And of course, if you want to hurt YouTubers, go right ahead and do that. You're in control. We are not. All right. Thank you again so much, and I will see you again real soon. Bye.